Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is a psychiatric self-therapeutic multimedia project to solve problems, challenges, obstacles in our lives, as well as the process to reach our goals and ambitions we have set for ourselves, as well as those around us. If you like a brief introduction, brief summary as to how we break down the Ahn Rho Project and building life, sub-series analogy, and so on and so forth. But again, just check the previous live stream. That was literally just about an hour ago, or you can dive further back for the past 3.5 years. It's all there. That being said, now we're just going to dive right into the content, solve-10 override. And it's a continuation for the previous live stream, so we're just gonna skip all the introduction bit. When we start phase 2, we have a lot of stuff to cover. There's been even more stuff, new additions, just within the last 45 minutes. Incredible. So it's the gaming mouse. Had to scan as well, unboxing of it, so we're gonna cover that in this live stream, as well as the other stuff that we just normally supposed to cover anyways. We'll start phase 2 as usual. Top left hand corner, let's just expand on that. So let's start off with the gaming mouse. Gaming mouse looks like it. So Dollarama Tech 1 brand multicolor gaming mouse with optical tracking for $4. That's incredible. You can see it's a very shitty, cheap, low quality mouse, but on the right hand side you see the screenshots of it. Note block. It doesn't look anything as well done as the image on the packaging. Obviously, you can see here like the color's really bright and stuff, but it's not that case when you actually unbox the mouse. Obviously, for $4, there's no way it was going to be that good. It's incredibly noisy. The buttons are very rigid and stiff. You have to press really hard to make it. But you know, like suppose my mouse broke down, this would be a good backup regardless, because it's definitely still functional. I actually plugged it into the laptop and it works. So you see the packaging here again, gaming mouse. It is teal blue color in French, bonjour, so stuff like that. And here you have it when it's just scanned without being plugged in. Like you see, it's just a clear white. Oops, what am I doing here? The top and the bottom, made in China, of course, everything's made in China. And now you can see what colors when I plugged it in on top of the mouse pad, next to the Logitech mouse, which is unplugged. You can see that definitely switches colors from like a purple to this bright kind of orange. Over here, we can zoom out a little bit. Again, you see the mouse, the Logitech mouse on the northern end. Bright hot pink. Here's me again, just taking a close snapshot of the USB. And actually, the strings, I'll show you in a second. The cord is actually much like cloth, so it's interesting. Over here, again, the teal color that was advertised, so it's actually not that bad. You can see that despite the contrast exaggerating the color a bit, it is still quite bright. And here is the bag that was used to bag it. It says something along the lines in French. Avertissement pour éviter pour danger de suffocation, garder cessation home. So it's just basically saying, don't, watch out, don't. This is a suffocation, a choking hazard for kids. Don't allow. So avoid danger of suffocation. Keep away from infants and so on and so forth. So moving down a little bit, we can see the mouse very brightly. When I went and plugged in the other product from Dollarama, which is this LED strip. Nice contrast with the blue-green, also with the blue-red-orange. Now we have here on the right-hand side and left a zoom in of the snapshot. I said I forgot to take a snapshot of the screenshot on this phone for the recording. So the conversation between me and my biological guardian, my biological mother. Also my brother, again, we didn't say much with my brother. He just asked for some snacks. I said, what do you want? He said, jalapeno chips an hour later. And then I just gave them. When his room gives him, not too much happened. But my biological mother talked a little bit about employment, her job, her reception, how she's kind of like, it involves a lot of walking, so it's more than she would like. She's not fond of it being paid by cash, obviously. That's just the whole, she wants to get the EI and pension and sort of stuff like that. And I learned a little bit of new stuff too, about 50% of the income you make ends up being pension when you retire or something like that. I didn't know about that, and I should have. And that's the conversation we had. Also, obviously, my colleagues a lot of reparative damage in terms of relationships, just getting better in terms of, especially today, tomorrow, well, 2 days from now, Diwali is a festival of the lights for Hinduism. So that was a sort of a common topic we got to talk about, and I received a lot of gifts from my colleagues today as well, so we had a lot of conversations. Alright, right inside, the last thing on this mask screenshot is be impatient with action, but patient with results by Naval Ravikant. I don't know him, but apparently he's a controversial figure. Story Reflections is not my page, not my shit, not my stuff. I don't claim ownership for this. Go to Story Reflections on Instagram, and you'll find this over there. So philosophy is, however, regardlessly, a figurative part of my life. So we're done. Okay, great. Let's zoom out. Now these, it looks like there's a lot on the right hand side, but there's really not too much. So we're focused here for a second here. It does say in the title something along the lines of it's still the phone swap. So you can see here the old phone with the lithium battery, the casing off. I just capture, and the tweezers and the manual. I want to capture how it was laying down on the desktop. Now we're going to slide over to the second here. 1,500%, 961 people reached. Incredible. How? I usually get nobody. I usually get like double digits, not triple digits. And that's like basically almost quad digits. So basically, on Facebook, it's like because I made like 6 live streams in a row, back to back for like 3 days straight. I won't cover the fact that was surprising. It won't last. That's okay because I gotta go work. Right hand side, it doesn't matter anyways. It's just reach. It's not like engagement. Right hand side, it doesn't have. It's not conversions especially. Anyways, left hand side here, you see now is voice recording on the laptop because I gotta start using this now a lot more frequently, given the fact that my old Core 2 phone is now bust, so I can't record with that anymore. I can't even turn it on. In fact, it's like it just doesn't turn on. Like it just stays stuck on the starting screen. Anyways, over here we have playlists. So if you see in the title, this say detailed series or like something along the lines of a cell series, or I don't know what the title is. You can see on YouTube, phones, mobile, and cellular. That's a new playlist. That's more specific, right? It's more specific now. It's getting after sea level and ground level series, sub-series of the Ahn Rho Project, which marks the significant turning point where my life is. We're out of narcissistic abuse, we're out of domestic violence and suicidal depression and all that kind of garbage and fucking financial poverty. It's incredible. So it's like we can sort of take off the restraints to a lot of things and just say, phones, just phones. Over here, instead of just like very abstract things like survival or philosophy, it's just like very simple. It's like a phone. This is a phone. It's like a cell phone. It's like a very clear cut what it is. It's not abstract. It's concrete. You can feel a touch of phone. Electronics devices sub-series. Down here, if we take a look here, we also see that I tried to swap out the emoji for the phones because I used the emoji for phones for a previous playlist, which would have been electronic devices. I should have used something else instead. And what I did is I went to IGTV over here and I swapped, and I also had to edit. It's not going to be 31.1 but 41.1 sub-series of the Ahn Rho Project for now. I swapped the electronic devices from the laptop over to a floppy A disk, since that one won't be used for any other playlists, the floppy disk, but the laptop certainly will be, because we're definitely going to have like many videos on the new laptop which we purchased already. Sea level, ground zero, all that kind of stuff. Once again, just trying to get the new playlist up and running. Floppy disk Emojipedia, trying to get that emoji down, yeah. And okay, over there on Twitch too. So here on the right hand side, left hand side is also I believe this on Twitch, adding the videos over to that playlist. Fairly straightforward, right? And then here's on Excel, surpass mobile, cellular, and phones. Here's on Facebook, once again, series as well as a playlist. Just never really ends. Okay. And Emojipedia, right? Of course, just searching up. So there's only one thing left to do for phase 2, and that's that one on the very bottom right, which is easy. So I'm just going to get rid of that for a second. Pull up, there's not a whole lot to cover. Left hand side panel, uploaded 5 documents, and we're going to have to do this later today as we finish talking about this phase 2 segment. Several documents uploaded onto, so this was Samsung Ace 2 cores, lithium battery scan, document like the details of the phone. You can see here phones, mobile, cellular, playlist as well. So I haven't backed up everything to the laptop. Also, here it is, the playlist. Again, just trying to say, hey, evolve. That's the new playlist that we added for evolution of the Ahn Rho Project to be much more practical in terms of constantly evolving. Speaking of which, if you haven't noticed in the title, I should talk about evolve right now. It does say in this particular playlist, you see the title, we swapped from S10 to V10 at the very backdrop. So that's quite important. We also added some count of inventory every live stream. So you may see 30 by 150, that's a count, or 15 by 80. So 15 kind of topics or items to cover in this live stream, 80 subdivisions, like to the granular elements. Okay, so a person who dares waste 1 moment, 1 hour of time has not yet discovered the value of life. Charles Darwin. Now, I don't know how much you're into evolutionary theory, but that's his quote, and I would agree in terms of managing time wisely. Store reflections, not my shit, not my stuff, not my contact. I do not claim ownership for this. Just go to Instagram and find store reflections there. Figure the father of my life is stoicism. Alright, and we have the thumbnails, all this stuff here. That's why it's so short, because it's all thumbnails, and it's for previous live streams, and I don't have to cover that. There's only one thing left to cover down here, and it's that this title here, once again, the descriptor for the files of the scanned Samsung phone that we are storing away. So that's about it. I can get on to phase 3 now, thank God. We want to cover in the last 3.5 minutes A5 through 9, some stuff here. So here's the gaming mouse unboxed. We're going to start off here. I'll pull out the wrap here. So this is garbage now, right? The wrap, I'm not going to keep this. Here's the gaming mouse, and here's the packaging. So here's a Tech One brand gaming mouse. I scanned all 4 dimensions. I've got to flatten this so it's not tossed on the floor. It's garbage now. The gaming mouse I plugged in is actually very, very bright, and I actually showed the photographs already, so there's no point in me trying to get that intact right now, and that's okay, you know. But it was pretty much as bright as you would see for that light over there. Not as bright, but you know, still very good. So let's take this mouse, which is back up now inside region A5 somewhere, and this bag here is for trash. But before we talk about that kind of trash, we are going to talk about electronics here. So you can see inside this drawer, region A5, there's also next to it the I believe Galaxy, the A5, the Ace 2, is this Ace 2? No, A5 phone right here with the quick startup manual, right? And the slip-up card, no, yeah, the A5 quick startup guide, as well as behind there's this, that's actually, that metal plating is actually the SIM card injection needle. So I actually took this out. I had to learn how to take it out, which is very simple. And now I'm going to put all the manual back in and close this box alongside with invoice, and then stuff it away inside there once again. Same thing with the casing here for the A20. So it's A5 Galaxy. This is also the A20 Galaxy. I put this all away. The reason why I couldn't put it away, the casing here as well as the lid at the top there, you see the A20, is because there's this pin over here which we got to cover in the previous live stream. I missed that. I was actually really angry about this off stream. But there's this SIM card needle for the A20 as well as the A5, right? So there's for the A5, there's for A20. I had to slip this back in here. You can make it out right there. And then we can finally put it away alongside with this kind of cover for the phone. This like saran wrap kind of thing, plastic. Next to it, we also have these corn chips, salted corn chips. I'm gonna place it down here. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. But basically, there's these tweezers that I need to put away inside here in region A5. So a lot of stuff back into A5. The A5 package, the A20 package, and then also that tweezers that I got back from my brother, as well as the Ace 2, which is now bust. So all this goes in there. All right, now finally in the last 25 seconds or so, I want to cover very briefly. Most importantly, the corn chips is pretty much all finished, but here's the Goya fruit I received from Emma at my workplace. Inside was a banana peel as well as bananas, as well as trash that I ate, coffee crisps, as well as the tangerine peel. So I'm gonna throw that all away as garbage. And here's the LED strip, the second one that I purchased because the other one cannot switch colors, is defective. And so this one I'll unbox tomorrow, but largely it's the same packaging, so we'll probably just throw it all away